As a spiritual abuse survivor, have you ever been told no church is perfect? In this video, I will be talking about how this phrase is used by spiritually abusive people to silence their victims and also continue the cycle of spiritual abuse. My name is Dr. Felicia. I'm a licensed psychologist and owner of Skill Set Counseling, where I focus on the treatment of OCD, spiritual abuse, and cultural abuse. Today's video is going to be within the domain of spiritual abuse. Okay, and I'm going to be talking about the phrase that many people who've been through spiritual abuse often hear, which is no church is perfect. And I'm going to talk about why this phrase is used in spiritually abusive environments and how it works to continue spiritual abuse. First of all, the phrase no church is perfect is actually true. And if there's nothing else I want you to remember from my videos, it's that when people use, when spiritually abusive leaders use certain phrases and will say certain things, there always is a little bit of truth to them or a lot of truth. And in this case, the phrase, no church is perfect, is technically true. Okay. So spiritually abusive phrases, like I said, always have some degree of truth to them. However, the way that the phrase is used by spiritually abusive people versus people who are not spiritually abusive differ in their motives, right? So when coming from a spiritually abusive environment, the phrase "no church is perfect" is often used to silence an individual who's being victimized, who's bringing up something that's wrong, or is advocating for somebody else. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this works. Let's apply the phrase "no church is perfect" and think about a similar phrase that one could use in a different environment. Let's say let's say we look at bosses, for example, and you hear the phrase, no boss is perfect. That phrase is true. However, there's a big difference between a boss who's not perfect and generally treats their employees well versus a boss who's verbally abusive to their clients, or to their employees rather, who threatens them and creates an atmosphere of shame, fear, and control to motivate people, right? So I want you to remember when you hear this phrase, no church is perfect or no boss is perfect, that there's a wide range that encompasses the not perfect. Let's use another example. Let's talk about parents. No parent is perfect, right? But there are parents that generally are kind to their children, listen to them, have a great balance between support and discipline. And then there are other parents who are just outright abusive. And so when you hear the phrase, no church is perfect, from somebody who is spiritually abusive, what they're basically doing is saying that abuse is okay because church is not perfect. Okay. And so that's really important to think about and remember that the range of not perfect is actually very wide. Okay. And so I'm going to take a minute to ask if you're finding this content helpful, it's benefiting you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, share, and comment. What this does is it helps YouTube show this video and similar others to people who could benefit from its content. So if you haven't done so already, please take a minute to like, subscribe, comment, and share with other people. I'd really appreciate that. And if you've done so, thank you. So when spiritually abusive people say that there's no such thing as a perfect church, they're also saying that to avoid responsibility for their actions. This usually comes across as a very angry or defensive response when somebody points out abuse or toxic behaviors. Okay, so when you hear this as a spiritual abuse survivor, remind yourself that nobody's perfect, no church is perfect, but there's a very wide range that encompasses non-perfect behavior. Okay. And when you think about that range of not perfect churches, healthy churches are within that range. Okay. And they're also healthy systems, healthy spiritual systems that choose not to engage in abuse. Okay. So just because a church is not perfect does not give them the right to be abusive. It doesn't excuse it, because you will see non-perfect churches engage in very different behavior from abusive churches, although both are not perfect. Okay. So if you find this information helpful and you would like to start your recovery from spiritual abuse, click on the link in the description box to book a free consultation on my website. Or you can also go to skillsetcounseling.com, which is the name of my website, and click on the orange to book a free consultation. All right, I hope this video finds you well, and may you have a day filled with peace. Have a great day. Bye-bye.